In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a window card with what I call a pinched window. I'm going to use a template to show you how to do this, and the template is configured perfectly to get a layered effect. So that you can see, I used a two-sided piece of cardstock with a different color on the inside, and so when it comes around, it's actually got a nice little layer in here. So this is the template I use to do this, and what's neat about this template is that it's designed to fit standard scrapbook paper and cardstock. It's just about 12 inches wide, so you can get two of them out of a 12 by 12. And how you use it is you place it down on the cardstock. I like to use the edges to line it up so I make sure that everything's perpendicular. So I'm lined up over here, I'm lined up over here, and then I take a pencil and I trace the perimeter of this card, of this template, and there's four little indices here that you want to mark. They're little carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make sure that you get your windows. You trace your windows. One of them's larger than the other. That's what gives us that layering effect with the cardstock. And I use a brown cardstock here just so you can see how the template looks and lays on it. But for my sample, I'm actually using this piece right here. So the fastest way to do this is cut your 12 by 12 in half. So you'll have this. And here's my indices, my markings. And then after I'm done, I go to my indices and I use a straight edge. You could use the edge of the template for this. And then I take a scoring tool and I just score point to point and then point to point. And the next thing I do is I cut out my windows using an X-Acto blade. When you're done, you'll end up with a piece that looks like this. And this panel folds in like this, and this panel folds in like this. And you can see right here that I've got a little bit of a layered color. The orange on the inside of the card pops out like so. What's really great about these templates is that you can use them in almost any configuration. And what I mean by that is you can use it landscape here. You place your embellishment, let's say some words that'll read like this, or you could use it in portrait. Landscape or portrait. The other thing you could do is after you've made your card or before you've made it, you can configure it so that it's short, a 4 by 4. You can also make them really long. So for example, this is the one I use straight out of the gate. This is a standard one that is used straight with the template, no alterations. So I'm using it landscape. I could change the picture and it'll be portrait. Additionally, I can truncate the card and get a nice little 4 by 4 square here. And lastly, I can make them longer. So this is I made this, it'll be a number 10 business envelope. It'll fit inside of one of those. But how you would make the longer ones as a demonstration is you would start at the top. You place your template up there to the top, and it's configured over here and over here. Everything about these templates is 90-degree angles. So you want to just make sure that you're exact over here, top to top. You trace your windows, and then you just mark the indices to the top. Now you could mark these indices here on the bottom, but you don't have to if you've got a perfectly square paper. So you do that, and then you just slide this down. So however long you want the card to be, in this case I'm going to make it 12 inches long, right? So it's 12. And then the only thing else I need here is this indice, because that's where I'm going to crease this. The other cool thing you can do while you're working on it here is I trace a window over here, top, but I could add a window right about here if I wanted to, and the only thing I'd have to worry about is just make sure this edge is lined up perfectly, and then put your window in here, and you could have 3 windows in this particular card. So that's the key. Down here at the bottom you can add a 3rd window if you wanted, and to get them to be perfectly layered so that they really match up, this one to this one when you fold it together, is just make sure you've got these edges really perpendicular and exact right in there. So here's the longer card that I did. So this is what it looks like, so right there. So then I would have this panel, fold it like that, and then this panel like this. So you can imagine how neat this would be if I had another window here and possibly another window here.